Welcome everyone to the first webinar of Zoho Campaigns. So we've had a very good month so far with Zoho CRM, and in case you missed any of the webinars, you can go back to the partner portal and take a look at the recordings. And apart from which, we have also shared a resource link with you that you can refer to, and we'll be doing the same for campaigns as well. So let's get started. So today's first webinar from Zoho Campaigns is about overview and getting started with Zoho Campaigns. So campaigns is the most requested topic from partners after CRM. So we thought we'll implement it as soon as possible. So we hope you find this webinar to be extremely informative, and we'll be taking up the Q&A sessions towards the end of the webinar, just like we do. Okay, so today's presenter is going to be Sarvesh, who is the product marketer for Zoho Campaigns. So apart from that, the voice that you're hearing right now is me, Pooja. So I'm going to be the host for today's webinar. So we'll be taking up the Q&A sessions. And apart from that, we also have Praveen and Vaijayanti from the campaign support team who are here to answer your questions during the presentations. So you don't have to wait till the end of the Q&A session with your questions. You can just keep them coming and we'll keep answering them as and when you put them. Okay, so this is the agenda for today's webinar. So from here on, I'll let Sarvesh take over. Hi, Sarvesh, how are you?
Hi Pooja.
Pooja,
Hello everyone. Welcome to the Zoho
hello everyone.
Campaigns
Welcome
overview
to
webinar.
Zoho Campaign
So,
overview webinar.
most of you know what
Assuming
campaigns
most of
does.
you
It's
know
the
what
email
Campaigns does. It's
marketing
the
product
email
from
marketing
Zoho
product
Suite,
from Zoho Suite,
and so we will be
and so we
going
will
through all
be
these
going
topics.
through all these topics. So most of you would have heard about a lot of changes that the product went through over the past couple of months, and we were constantly updating that through the posts on Partner Connect. And after a lot of rather tough decisions, we released a new version of Zoho Campaigns last December. So yeah, we released a new version of Zoho Campaigns last year, late December, and it doesn't come just with a new refreshing UI, but it also has a lot of new features that we believe will enhance every email marketing experience and take you from just being a marketer to being a modern email marketer who's equipped with all the powerful tools. I hope the audio is better now. We're extremely sorry for the uh, technical hassles here. They're completely unforeseen, but I hope it's fine now. We're trying to fix it as and when. So in this webinar, we'll go through the complete product. First, let's talk about what is the new Zoho Campaigns, and then we'll go through the product tour. So we'll go through the complete product, and more importantly, we'll cover some of the very important functionalities that we think will help you sell better or even present campaigns better to your clients. So that said, this is today's agenda. First, we'll take a quick look at what the new Zoho Campaigns is and what it's all about. Then we'll go through the product tour. Let's explore every single module and figure out what's the optimum way to make use of it. Then we'll get to the partner perspective, what it means to you, and how you can present it to people when you're talking about Zoho campaigns, and how you can even help the newer customers of Zoho campaigns get a grasp of the product pretty quickly. After that, we'll take a look at what's in the pipeline, what's next for campaigns as a product, what are the features we're coming up with after this, and finally, we'll have a Q&A session where we'll answer all your questions. So when we set out to build the new campaigns, we only had two things in mind. First of all, we wanted to make sure that every email marketer spends more time um, doing what they're best at, which is email marketing, and creating some of the prettiest email campaigns and messages, rather than worrying about how to get it done and the process itself. The second thing that we focused on majorly was the fact that not every email marketer is the same. Everyone works differently, which means one of the most important parts of the product has to be customization, and that is key. So we believe that the Zoho Campaigns account must be a reflection of the way every individual marketer thinks, and it should adapt easily and quickly to every individual's needs. And that is exactly what you see in the new UI. The process that we took for this is we constantly took all the feedback that we received previously from the customers and from the partners and from internally from the team itself, and we decided to make sure we work on that. So we took all the feedback, and then that's how we went to the whiteboard with the marker and all the feedback, and then we built the product. So the result you see is not only a clear UI that is much more tidy than before, but also the fact that campaigns now is extremely customizable, and there are a lot less number of steps required to get any task done within the product. So we'll do a quick overview of the product, and as and when we progress through it, we'll figure out some of the little tips and tricks that you can use while you're using the product. And so that's kind of what I aim to do with the product tour. I'm going to take you through all the modules and mention what you should specifically not miss out on. So this is the product, this is the dashboard, and it gives you upfront, it gives you all the usage statistics of yours based on the campaigns you've sent or the automation that you've set up previously. And all the information that you view is entirely customizable. You can just click on the preferences right here, the option to customize the dashboard, and you can drag and drop the various options and get going from the dashboard itself. So we've included a lot of options in the dashboard. So if you want to get going straight from the dashboard, if you want to create a campaign, you can either click on the creation button at the top, the little plus icon, or you can scroll to one of the boxes that give you the statistics about that particular feature. So for instance, if I want to create a campaign, I have a box here that tells me how many campaigns have been sent and how many are in draft and so on. And that itself has a creation button where I can get going to create an email campaign. Then let's move on to the major function of Zoho Campaigns, which is to build emails. And this is the interesting part, because you'll see a lot of major updates within this module. So let's quickly create an email campaign. So under this, you will notice that we now have the option of folders on the right. We will get to that in a while, but it's essentially something that helps you organize your email campaigns and basically make sure that all the data, all your data in the Zoho Campaigns account is stored in a rather sophisticated manner. So we'll get to the folders part in a bit, but first let's get started with creating a campaign. The second thing that you'll notice is the option to add emojis in subject lines. That's another little thing that we've added to campaign creation. So if you click on this button right here, you'll be able to see the various emojis that you can use for the subject line. You can use your own sender name and sender ID, or in case of multiple people using the same Zoho Campaigns account for various regions, you can click on CRM data and have an alternate sender for your email campaign. We've also added a lot of pre-designed templates now that you can pick from. We've added to the initial collection that we previously had, and they're all sorted by category, and you can pick one of these and get going straight away. So for now, let's say I pick one of the templates, one of the pre-designed templates, and get going. And this is where most of our updates have been worked around. So the template editor has been entirely revamped. So you'll notice all the components on the left and all the options to customize that particular component on the top. And apart from that, you'll see two different tabs on the left. One of them is the basic tab that allows you to add fundamental components to your email, such as text or image and so on. But the more important part would be the advanced tab. So we have brought in the option to add attachments to your email campaign. So in case you have any files, you can just click on attachment. You can attach it as an image or as one of the various customizable buttons that we have. And that as well is as easy as just dragging and dropping the component into your email. So I can just drag and drop this button wherever I want, and I can add one of the um, files that I already have. I can decide what to call it. I can set an expiry date, and this particular attachment will be sent to all my recipients. Apart from that, one of the most powerful tools we have in the new Zoho Campaigns would be dynamic content, where you can decide what part of your email is viewed by who based on the constraints that you specify. And that's a huge boost to the personalization options that you have in campaigns. So you can find dynamic content right here under the advanced tab, and you can decide whether it has to be just text or image or a combination of these and so on. And you can just drag and drop the component anywhere you want and set specific criteria for it as well. So now that I've set the constraint, I can just type in whatever content I want, and this will be only visible to people who satisfy the condition that I have previously specified. You can take it forward in various ways. You can set up date field based you can set up custom date fields, and based on that you can decide when your recipients can view an email, um, and there's like a plethora of conditions that you can specify for this. Apart from this, within merge tags, one of the most underrated feature would be using merge tags from CRM, and we have pretty much all data that can be used from CRM in your email campaigns. But that's one thing that can enhance your email campaigns effectively, and it's, like I said, one of the most underrated features uh, of Zoho. We'll get to more merge tags in a while. We'll get to custom merge tags as well. For now, um, you can pick from one of the merge tags that we have on top. We also have an image editor now, and any image in your email can be edited on the go while you're creating the email. And we have way too many effects and tools for editing the image as well. That apart, another thing that we changed is including the template history. On the right, you can see the clock icon, and you can click that, and you'll be able to view. Let's say I've made a few changes to the pre-existing template. So if I go to template history, I'll be able to see the various versions of my email template that I'm currently using, and I can pick one of those and use it from this screen and get going. And after we've done with this, you can just click save and proceed. Where you're led to the preview and testing screen. We made adding pre-headers extremely easy now. There is absolutely no technical effort required for it. You can just click the add pre-header option right here and enter a short preview of your email. And once I've entered that, that becomes the pre-header straight away. And once you're happy with the way your email looks, you can just click next, and you can pick the recipients for the email. We'll get to subscribers in a while. For now, I'm just picking one of the mailing lists. This is an extremely important screen that has a lot of options that sometimes go unnoticed. So we have an option to track using Google Analytics, and you can link your social media account and post the campaigns to your social media pages straight away. You can edit the pre-header once again, check out the content, and you can um, edit the text in your email from the screen using this pop-up. And we also have the option to preview your email, as it will be visible, just the way it'll be visible in the various devices or the various browsers or the various email service providers because of the integration with Litmus. So you can start the Litmus test, and you can pick either you can view the way your email looks across all clients and devices, or you can pick specific clients and specific devices and check out what your email looks like in that particular device in that browser. And once you're happy with the way it looks, you can either decide to send it immediately, or you can schedule your campaign to send it later, either based on your convenience, or you can set it up based on the recipient's time zone. And once you click send, it will go for review, and after it gets sent, um, you will be able to view it in the sent campaigns section of the campaigns tab on the left. And once you've sent out any email campaign, you can check out the reports, where we've again made a lot of changes and additions. So here you will be able to see all the reports on a single screen about your email campaign. Apart from that, top, such as recipient activity, which tells you how many emails got sent and how many got opened and so on. So in case you're sending a particular email campaign to more than one mailing list, you can go to list-based summary and figure out the report for every single list separately, as opposed to an overall summary that you can see from the report summary. Also, another thing that we've added is the option to set up a follow-up email or a follow-up campaign right from your reports. So based on how this particular campaign has performed in terms of reach and engagement, you can schedule a follow-up by clicking the send follow-up option on the top right. And once you click that, you can either set up a chain campaign where there is a follow-up email based on the activity of your subscribers. So you can set up an email for people who've opened your email, or for people who've not opened your email, or you can also set up an entire email campaign instead of just one email, and schedule it right from reports. Apart from that, if you view the reports tab on the left, you can compare various campaigns uh, to find out how they're doing. Uh, you can figure out how the last 5 campaigns you've sent have performed, or the top 5, and so on. And we also have list-based reports, which makes it easier to read your subscribers. So you can see how well your subscribers are responding to your campaigns. You can see how many of them have opened your emails, or people have not opened your emails, and so on. And apart from this, another place where we have made a lot of changes or additions is the automation tab, where under autoresponders, first of all, we've added 2 new kinds of autoresponders that help you set up a better email campaign schedule. So the first few, I'm assuming all of you are already familiar with the sign-up based autoresponder, where an email is sent out every time someone signs up to your mailing list. The date field based autoresponder, which is sent based on a particular date that your subscriber has mentioned, which is kind of similar to a calendar based autoresponder, which sends out an automated email when you specify a particular date. And then the closed group is the standard autoresponder, where there are a set of people who um, are in a mailing list, and that is not more other people cannot join the mailing list externally, and the group will not expand. There's a limited set of people that you're sending an email to. You can use the closed group based autoresponder, and based on a previous campaign that you've sent out, based on the based on whether people have opened the email or clicked on the link, you can set up an email action based autoresponder. But apart from that, we have smart series autoresponders and cyclic autoresponders. What cyclic autoresponders do is you can set a particular frequency with which your emails will go out. So let's say you say once a week, or once a month. You can automate those emails, and with that frequency, this particular cyclic autoresponder will go out. Then we have smart series based autoresponder, which is useful in case you're sending out a series of emails, but you don't want your recipients to miss out on the previous emails in case they join right in the middle of the series. So let's say you're sending out 10 or 15 emails and someone joins in after 5 or 10, and you don't want them to miss out on the initial 5 or 10 that they didn't receive. Then you can use a smart series based autoresponder, and they will be able to easily catch up with that as well. And once you've set up automation and sent it out, you will be able to see the difference in the way it is shown as a report. So let's say I click on Christmas promotions, or so first I can see the Kanban view, which tells me what is the particular activity that I've set up, and then on top there is an option that says show, and that will give me the reports for the autoresponder. Um, Apart from this, there is the calendar view, where straight from the calendar I can figure out if there are any emails or activities scheduled for a particular date. So if you notice, on the first I have a Christmas promotion email set up, and in case I want to set it up for a different date, I can just pick one of these dates, and I can add an activity just by clicking on this particular icon. Or I can add an entirely different seasonal group from here as well, with a specific seasonal tag that tells me, um, that allows me to analyze my own reports better. Apart from that, we've made changes to workflows as well. Instead of just one workflow, we have 3 different workflows where we have cleanly segregated the triggers. So either you can set up a workflow that triggers instantly, or a workflow that is based on a particular time or date that you specify, or you can also specify a frequency with which it will get triggered. And the third is an activity based workflow, where every time your subscriber performs a particular activity, the workflow will get triggered. Uh, we have made a lot more adjustments to the workflows. There are a lot more actions that you can perform as a result of the workflow, and we've added a lot more triggers to the workflow as well. But in order to send your email campaigns or to set up automation, first of all, you will need subscribers to send them to. So let's take a look at that as well. Uh, all the previous features in subscribers stay as they are. You have the option to view all your subscribers or to manage your mailing lists. You have the option to import subscribers from a different platform as well. And we're also keeping sign-up forms. We've added a lot of different templates for sign-up forms as well. You can pick from either compact forms or long forms, or if you have your own sign-up forms in the library, you can pick one from there as well. And once you pick the sign-up form, we've also changed the way the um, editor for the sign-up form looks. So you can decide um, what you want the sign-up form to look like specifically. One of the things that goes unnoticed when people are using a sign-up form is that it's extremely easy to segregate recipients coming in through sign-up forms using the fields that we have in them already. So let's say I'm going to use this for my emails, then for my social media, let's say. Then I can just add a um, field right here, and under the settings, you can mark it as a hidden field where the default value can be, say, social media. So when you use the sign up form in your one of your social media pages or in your email campaigns, they will not be able to see the last field, and by default it will have the data social media. So when they do come in your mailing lists, that will be reflected. So it's easier to segregate based on that, and you can use your workflows or your autoresponders based on this particular field that is created in the mailing list as well. And once you're happy with the way it looks, you can just click save and proceed, and you can decide the response for it. So this is the thank you page once they sign up from the sign up form. And as soon as they sign up, they will be sent a confirmation email, and you can edit the way the email looks as well. And once they confirm subscription, they will be added to a particular mailing list that you have to associate with this particular sign up form. And once they click on that link, they will be led to a thank you page, and you can edit that as well. And once you've saved that, you can associate it with a mailing list, and you can publish the sign up form in various places, and you will be able to see the reports for that sign up form, and you will be able to track how many people have viewed your sign up form, how many people have filled it up, and what percentage of that have confirmed a subscription as well, and so on and so forth. You'll be able to see what are the various platforms that they're viewing your sign up form on, and so on. Another thing that we've done with the sign up forms is that in case you create a mailing list and you allow people to sign up into it through your sign up forms, then every time they forward an email to someone who's not part of the sign up form, they get a link to fill it up as well, and they can easily become a part of your mailing list. So that is another addition that we made to the new campaigns. Apart from that, one of the things that you might have noticed is under the subscribers tab, the option of subscriber scoring. This is an extremely entirely new feature that allows you to assess your subscribers and gauge their engagement much better than before. So what this does is you have to set up specific scores for separate activities. So here you can see that every open has a score of 10 assigned to it, and if they open the email multiple times, they have score of 20 assigned to it, and so on. And all of this can be customized as per your wish. And once you've done that, you will be able to see how well your subscribers are performing based on the particular score. You'll be able to see the scores of those subscribers as well. And based on these scores, you can sort them into different categories. So every time the subscriber score uh, goes above 80, they are tagged as most engaged subscribers, and I can change that if I want. I can edit that. And the second one is the second category that is created right now is progressing subscribers, when their scoring is between 20 and 80. And I can create more fields for based on this scoring, and I can decide what criteria it has to be. So here I can set more conditions for why I would modify their subscriber scores. So every time they've decided to opt, they're identified as opt-in, I can just add a score of, let's say, 10, and I can activate it. And this is another field that is currently active. And once you've set up your mailing list and you've readied your campaigns and you're sending it out and you have automation set up as well, there is the library module where you can store all the images, templates, sign up forms, and files that you use as attachments in your email campaign. And it works like a local repository where it's easy to just pick from the library as opposed to searching on your desktop or on the website or on a particular website every single time you're using it. Uh, an entirely new option would be the My Shortcuts option right at the bottom, and under which we have folders and favorites. So first, let's look at favorites. So let's say I visit the subscriber scoring screen very frequently, and I want to access it with just one click as opposed to navigating through the product. Then I can just click the option on the top that says Favorite This. And once I save that, you will be able to see that under favorites, I have subs scoring as a particular option. And every time I click that, I will be directly led to this screen, no matter where I am in the product. The next thing that we have is folders, which, like I said, helps you organize your campaigns and your data in Zoho Campaigns account much better and in a much more sophisticated manner. So you can add campaigns to particular folders or even mailing lists to specific folders. And when you come to the folders option in the shortcuts, you will see all your various folders, and you'll be able to see the campaigns or the templates that are associated with that particular folder. And we understand that most of you use Zoho Campaigns in tandem with Zoho CRM. So I'll be emphasizing on that CRM Campaigns integration a bit more here. And you can find that in under the subscribers module with sync services. So once you click that, you'll be able to see the various services that we can use along with campaigns. And the first option, of course, is Zoho CRM, where setting up a new sync is extremely easy. You just have to pick which module you're syncing with campaigns, and you can pick how you want to synchronize, whether you want to push all the records in that module to campaigns, or you have a specific view, or you want to specify a criteria with which you want to push the records from CRM to campaigns. So for now, I'm going to pick all leads. Then I pick, then I map the fields with which I need to map them, and I can set up a sync uh, after I specify how often or how I want to retrieve data from CRM into Zoho Campaign. So I can retrieve it just once, or I can set up a frequency with which I will be able to retrieve all this data, and I can decide how I want the information in CRM to be reflected in campaigns using the options, using the advanced sync settings. And once I have configured all of this, I can just click initiate. And my mailing list is now ready. The CRM contacts mailing list is now ready for sync, and it's as simple as that. It just took 3 steps. Another major advantage is that all the new features are also compatible with the CRM sync. So if I go to sync services again, and if I look at my active syncs at the top, I'll be able to see details to push information from campaigns to CRM. And you'll notice that you can push support in CR as well. So let's say you're sending out a lot of email campaigns, and some of them are engaging much better than the rest, and you want to indicate to your sales team that you want to help them prioritize their leads. So in that case, I can push subscriber score to CRM as well. And one thing that we haven't spoken about yet is the settings option, where we made a couple of big additions. The first of which you'll be able to find in the manage users option. So we've added the option to designate people with you know specific roles or privileges. Um, so these are the privileges of the standard administrator role, and you'll also find, let's say, standard user, and these are the privileges of the standard user. And in case you want to add more roles and customize the privileges, you can do that as well. We have custom roles and custom privileges, which help you manage your campaigns account much better. Then another thing that we've added uh, is the campaign policy option. And once you click that, you'll be able to see this particular screen where you can set how many emails go out to your subscribers every week or every month, or you can set up a specific interval within which you can send, you're sending a limited amount of emails, and you can edit your email sending policy based on that as well. And the second tab under campaign policy is that of content approval. And once you enable content approval, every time someone decides to send out an email campaign, it will first be reviewed by you internally as an administrator, and then it will be reviewed by our team for checking if it is compliant with all the regulations and everything. What what this does is it makes for a more refined process to send out an email campaign, where you can keep an eye on the content and the templates before you send it out. So you can ensure, you can doubly ensure how good your emails look. And we've also added webhooks under settings. You can find it as the last option right here, and you can click on webhooks, and you can set up a subscriber or a campaign webhook. And what that does is it synchronizes an external database that you might have hosted on a separate cloud service with your campaigns account in real time. So either you can make sure that any change you make to the subscribers in campaigns get reflected on that particular database, or you can set it up the other way around as well. So anytime someone adds a subscriber on your personal database or a repository, it will get synchronized with your campaigns account in real time. More often than not, from what we've seen, some of the people falter in making the most out of their campaigns account, and that efficiency is hindered greatly by just the little things that escape your eye, which is, let's say, segmentation, for instance, is an option that we have provided for your lists, and it helps sophisticate your mailing lists even further by creating specific segments within them based on a criteria that you've specified, and that makes your mailing list a lot more cleaner and tidier. Another thing that a lot of people um, don't always succeed at would be to ensure what sort of data they're bringing in while they're setting up sync services. So we believe that as an email marketer, the efficiency of your email marketing process is only as good as the data that you bring in to your email marketing software or campaigns account. So that is about the product tour. Uh, let's take a look at the partner perspective. So how can you start talking about Zoho campaigns to someone who um, hasn't used campaigns before, or it's the first time you're talking to them about Zoho campaigns? So what campaigns essentially aims to do is helping marketers do the right form of email marketing. We are focusing a lot more on permission based marketing, and we're allowing campaigns to work better and easier with a lot of other products. So it's extremely easy for any marketer to get their work done. The next thing that we do is we are bringing in a lot more attention to automation, because we believe this is where email marketing on the whole is headed towards. So we need marketers to be able to create any email workflow for any occasion quickly and easily with a series of emails. So that is another thing that we're focusing on. And we've always maintained that we are an email marketing software that helps drive sales, and that is what we want to achieve in the future as well. And we believe that our roadmap is very clear. Apart from that, another thing that campaigns does is it tries to make lead nurturing a lot more efficient, but it doesn't stop with just that. It helps out a little bit with generating new leads, because we have sync services and sign up forms and everything. And on the other side of the spectrum, we also help you gauge their engagement using features like subscriber scoring and so on, where you can score them and tag them as well. So campaigns essentially is an email marketing software that is trying to drive more sales by making your sales process a lot more efficient. So apart from that, when someone signs up for Zoho campaigns and they're a completely new user, it's extremely easy to help them out. Um, be it, let's say, they're signing up as an administrator for a particular Zoho campaigns account. So they can easily step into the shoes of an administrator um, from the go. So all they have to do is create an account and set up, let's say roles and privileges and roles and permissions, and they have to add users for those particular roles, um, and then they just have to integrate their social media accounts. For better results, they can set up campaign policy as well that helps them monitor all the campaigns that go out from their Zoho Campaigns account, so that they can review it once and also set limits as to how many emails are going out. So that gives them a lot more control over their campaigns account as an administrator. And even as a marketer, it's extremely easy to start using Zoho Campaigns from the go. All you have to do is just add subscribers, which is in fact a lot more easier than manually adding subscribers because of all the options of setting up syncs and sign up forms and so on. Because then essentially what is happening is the subscribers are adding themselves into your mailing lists, and you just have to focus more on sending them pretty looking email campaigns. So you just have to create a plan for when you're sending an email campaign, how you want to go about it, and then just send it out. For making it a lot more efficient, I would suggest using segmentation, because your lists become more sophisticated that way, and you use automation because your effort of sending an email campaign manually every time reduces drastically. And I would also suggest you use the subscriber scoring option, so you have a better idea of how well your campaigns are doing and how well your subscribers are responding to those campaigns as well. So email marketing, as we know, is getting stricter, uh, and one of the prime examples is GDPR, which is another regulation that is coming up for email marketing. So we are expecting a lot more laws similar to GDPR that govern email marketing in the future. So with that in mind, our upcoming features are primarily pushing for marketing. So one of the features that we have is the option of sending consent campaigns, where anytime someone has not come into your mailing list through double opt-in. So let's say someone has been manually added or so on. You have the option of sending them a consent campaign that allows them to that allows you to actually have records about when they subscribed and whether they are coming in through double opt-in as well. And another option that we have is the option of um, marketing calendar, which makes things a lot more efficient, because what it does is it helps you build a better structure around your email campaigns and your marketing efforts. So we have already set up the most important dates within the marketing calendar around which you can work your email campaigns or your season greetings and so on. Another thing that we've added is the option of optimizing your send time. So based on when your subscribers have previously opened your emails, your campaign will reach them at that particular point in time. So this also ensures a better engagement for your email campaigns. And then we have batch send, where if you have a huge number of subscribers, instead of trying to push all the emails at once, you can split them into smaller batches, and the email campaign will go ahead in terms of batches as opposed to trying to send an email to everyone at once. Another thing that we've added is the option of including polls in your emails. So go ahead, you can ask all your questions, and you have a lot of options to vote on those questions as well. And you can, in fact, if need be, you can share the results of the particular poll with your subscribers. So these are some of the updates that you can expect in the coming days. We also have newer integrations, such as we're integrating with Zoho reports in the coming days. So that's another thing that you can look forward to. So we hope that covers the entire picture. Apart from that, as a product, campaigns itself features in Zoho One and in Zoho's CRM Plus suite. So, so for CRM Plus, the uh, what campaigns is trying to do is go from lead generating all the way to identifying leads and nurturing them and trying to help your sales perform a lot better. So I think one of the biggest advantages is the way campaigns interacts with CRM and survey and social as well. And so we believe that all of that will help you optimize your sales process drastically because of campaigns featuring in the CRM Plus suite. So we believe that campaigns is an excellent team player, and that is one of the reasons it is also extremely important in the Zoho One uh, set of products that we have. So we believe that's the entire picture that is being presented to you. So in case you have any questions, please go ahead and ask us, and we will be constantly answering all of them as and when you ask us. Thank you so much for joining us for this webinar, and I appreciate the fact that all of you took time to attend this. We hope it was informative and purposeful. In case you have any other questions, you can send me an email. My email ID is sarvesh.ck@zohocorp.com. That's pretty much all we have time for right now, so we will be closing the question answer session. In case you have more questions, you can, once again, I repeat my email ID. It's sarvesh.ck@zohocorp.com, and you can send me an email, and we will answer all your questions via email. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you.